county continues to report a decline in COVID-19 cases. San Diego County Supervisor Nathan Fletcher joining us now with the very latest. Good morning. Good to see you.
Good morning.
Everybody waiting to hear word on when we could possibly move into the next tier. Give us the requirements of what you're waiting to see before we can do that.
Well, two things have to happen. One is we've got to hit this 4 million vaccines in the most impacted zip codes in California. I looked early this morning when I got up. We're at 3.96, so we ought to trigger to that 4 million thing probably today. The second thing we need is we need to remain in the orange tier on the official state numbers that come out. They have not officially come out, and they won't officially be out for a few years, but I'm feeling optimistic, Shallie. I'm feeling good. That we will remain in the orange tier, and so perhaps as early as tomorrow we could descend. We'll know a little bit later today. The numbers have to officially come out. We've got to see the vaccine numbers be indicated, but I feel highly confident that in San Diego County we'll be moving into the orange tier in the next 24 to 48 hours.
We like your optimism. I know some people share that as well. We saw over the weekend the news broke that starting in April, I believe it was April 15th, that indoor events will be allowed again. So it seems like we're moving into the right direction. What does that mean?
Well, it just, as more people get vaccinated, I think it's really important. For a year we've come on and we've talked about, the things that we do, the high risk settings, and they're high risk because they're more likely to spread COVID. And the spread of COVID had the potential to overwhelm our healthcare system. And from the very beginning, from last March, we've always said the goal and the intention was to not overwhelm our healthcare system, to slow the spread of COVID, control the spread of COVID so we don't overwhelm our hospitals. We succeeded in that effort in San Diego. Even at the peak of our highest case count, we still had an ICU bed available. Not every part of California did that. Not every part of the nation certainly didn't do that. But as we now have a vaccine, and as we made the difficult choice to vaccinate seniors first, and you remember all the folks that were upset because we should be vaccinating here or there, but we did seniors first. That's the bulk of the hospitalizations, which means it is so much less likely we would overwhelm our hospital system, which is what allows us to begin to move forward. It is the presence of the vaccine, and as more people get vaccinated, more things become open, and we see our pathway out of this and a return to normal. And I think everyone's, breathing a little sigh of relief. It doesn't mean we need to still be careful. Folks need to still wear the mask. Let's not be reckless. Let's be responsible and really do a good job coming out of this. But we're headed in the right direction, and that is news that should be encouraging.
Supervisor Fletcher, are you concerned at all about the variants? Quite often I hear and I see that we're moving into the right direction. We see things starting to open up again. At the same time, we're hearing, oh, this variant is popping up, and then there's the California variant. So how do these two correlate?
Well, I think the variants are cause for concern, but again, we don't have any evidence to date that the vaccine is not effective against the variants. The variants may spread a little bit faster, but the information we have at this point is the vaccine is effective at stopping you from getting incredibly sick or needing to be hospitalized, even because of the variant. So again, we want to be cautious. And those unvaccinated San Diegans, we need you to be cautious. And there's no reason right now to get 100 people inside one tiny little room with no masks on. I mean, let's be responsible as we come out of this. But I think, Shallie, that again, that point of when you vaccinate seniors, you vaccinate those with underlying health conditions, you may have a slight uptick in cases. And in San Diego, we may see an uptick in cases in the next couple of weeks, but it's not the same cause for alarm that it was prior to having the vaccine, because it's highly unlikely we would overwhelm our hospital system, because those most likely to be hospitalized have been vaccinated in large number.
Some of my very good friends are in the event industry, and I have seen them struggle in the past year. I mean, they have lost so much, their savings, their businesses, and they often will say, Shallie, when can we have big weddings again? And that's when I reach out to you. I'm like, Supervisor Fletcher, do you know when we can have weddings again? Asking for them. For the people in the event industry who are watching right now, because it's not just the event planners, it's the photographers, it's the hotels, it's, oh my goodness, the list goes on and on. What could we say to them about what the next maybe 3 months or 6 months will look like?
Yeah. Well, I think in the immediate, starting April 15th, once we go in the orange tier, there are some events begin to open up, and they'll begin to do them. Now, a lot of your big events take a significant amount of time to plan, and I think the governor's going to have a big announcement today around what it looks like a few months from now, and how we really move beyond the tiered system, and kind of what the end of COVID looks like. And so I would stand by and look out for the governor's announcement today, and I think that'll give folks some certainty around what the future in California looks like as we continue to work through the tiers. You know, I stood with the event industry yesterday. We did a very public event. I've been working with them since the beginning to try and get guidance and try and help. Today, the Board of Supervisors will be voting on an item I brought forward to waive the fees on the event industry as we move into this recovery phase. And, you know, Shelly, I think it's important that we all keep in mind this has been the most unequal recession in our country's history. A lot of industries thrived in COVID. A lot of businesses had record year in 2020, and a lot of other businesses and entities were absolutely devastated. And I think as we come out of this, we have to be very intentional in our focus to make sure that we are helping those industries who have been most impacted as they get back on their feet. And, you know, I felt a sense yesterday with the event folks. It's been a long year. They are beaten but not broken. And you know, the roaring 20s came out of a pandemic of 1918 and 1919, and I think they're going to be in a position for a really incredible second half to this year. And I think there's not a group of folks that deserve that success more.
Yeah, let's hope so. I can see that happening. County Supervisor Nathan Fletcher, we appreciate your time. Thank you.